Hey, what's going on, everybody? Jeffrey Jefferson here, coming to you guys with a new series, The Beginner's Guide. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. The Beginner's Guide to what? Well, I don't know. I think it's the beginner's guide to some emotional people's life. I've heard it's supposed to make me cry, but as you guys know, nothing makes me emotional because I have no soul. So let's get into it. Everything is so white. Please make sure audio is on. Pretty sure it is. And I have my controller right here. The keyboard was making too much noise and stares, but can't do anything about that.
Hi there. Thank you very much for playing The Beginner's Guide.
You're welcome.
My name is Davey Reedon. I wrote The Stanley Parable.
Hey, I'm Jeffrey
and while
Jefferson.
that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011. We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda. Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike. You can walk around here, by the way. And mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment.
Really?
But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this?
I don't know,
This
that
is
one's
what I like
great.
about all of Coda's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator.
Yeah, where's my
I want
machine
to
gun? That's what I want.
themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here.
Alright,
So,
well.
it's 2008, Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever. And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder.
That's funny.
So, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since. And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveywreden@gmail.com. Okay, that's about it for introduction.
Whoa.
Let's take a look at Coda's
okay.
first proper game.
Alright, let's see
As
this.
each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
Okay, cool. A lot of talking. I couldn't make any more jokes. Okay, now I can. He's not talking anymore. Do I get a machine gun in this one? Oh, snap! You see that? I'm psychic.
This game is called Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
Where's my ammo? I'm gonna kill me some people. Or aliens
You
or
can click to
something.
fire the gun.
Okay, I'm pushing the trigger. Nothing's happening. I don't want to die. Oh, apparently it's only working on keyboard. They always all keyboard to have all the special privileges. Ah, okay, fine. I'll play your thick game. I'll play on the keyboard.
Security call breach. Hostile alien life forms inbound.
Oh, it is aliens. They better not be scary.
It kind of looks like this game was abandoned mid-development. For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere. But
Yeah, that's
there
what I
really
thought.
are no enemies anywhere. You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets.
So
But ultimately, we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
Ah, glass is half empty type. Or half full or something. Okay, well, how do I get out of here?
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
Huh. Everything's so pretty.
Apparently, the space station has a labyrinth on it. Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
I see. Oh, okay, well, I completely just disappeared.
Okay, this is the part that's interesting. The game has this narrative about the Whisper machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Okay.
Warning, Whisper machine status active. Evacuate immediately.
Don't think so.
Hey, you there, in the engine room. You could save us all. That being is powering a whisper machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature. If your body could stop the beam.
Are you saying I'm the Whisper Machine?
But for all of our lives,
I'm the Whisper Machine.
could you give yourself?
Of course I can give myself.
Sacrifice!
Let me pause here for a second.
Okay.
What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying, is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level. But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
Okay, let's see what happens instead. Woo! Oh, okay. I float in the air. And then, I
The
go
game
to...
causes you to start floating. And this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it, like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions.
So does that mean I'm going to heaven?
The first game he made
I'm
after
going
leaving
to
this one behind.
heaven! Yay! Oh, crap, never mind. Nope, never mind, I'm in hell. And I can't move! I'm stuck! What's going on here? Oh.
Yep, in this game you can only walk backwards.
Oh, that's stupid.
The past was behind her.
Well, how am I supposed to get out of here? This isn't even fair. Okay. I have to walk through a maze backwards. Why don't you blindfold me, too? Make this even harder.
So it's a short and relatively minimalist experiment combining motion and narrative. It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete. Code is trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
I see. You make things painful. I don't like this Koba guy. Makes me walk backwards. Hey everyone, we're doing a Let's Play called Walking Backwards. It's a new design that I came up with.
It says what it wants to say and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that. Which to me is why it works, because it gets out quick. Okay, next one.
I wish I could use my remote. My hand is tired. Okay. Oh, cool. Now I can walk forward. This is cool. Oh, cool. You are now entering my face. Never mind.
And that's it. Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting.
I will be patient. A very patient guy.
Oftentimes, Coda would put bizarre titles like...
I've lost my patience! Okay.
I wish I'd known him at the time that he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it. Once he stopped work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead to him. And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
When you start something, you gotta finish it. That's the message of this story. Okay, now I can't even walk.
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens. So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
You're gonna make me crawl all the way up these stairs? Okay, guys, I'm just gonna have to speed up the video here. Super speed! No, hurry up, go, come on, you can make it, you can make it, you can do it. I believe in you, it's cool. This is neat, I need to do this.
Come on. You can make it. You can do anything you believe in. Even if that's crawling up a staircase at very slow speeds. Come on, you can do it, buddy.
Good and salutary, awesome, and special in this world. Can you please move me forward? Ah! My middle finger's getting tired from pushing the W button. We're almost there. Just a few more steps. I'll board them. Make it quick enough to by now. Please have patience with me. We're almost there. I can't carry the ring for you, but I can carry you. No, Sam, don't carry me. That's weird. Okay, we're almost there. Just a few more steps. I'm tired. Yeesh. That was rough. We're almost in. Come on, come on. Give me speed again. Give me speed. Give me speed. Okay, we're almost there. Ugh. I thought he was gonna give me my abilities back. Oh! Oh, thank goodness. Huh. Well, there's so many things to read in this game.
You walk, stand, talking to people down from pursuing blah, blah, blah.
And nice, and filled with little ideas for games.
You can run a shop inside your body, selling an organ.
He didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or distant. He said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but that it takes time to really see that. It can be a very slow climb to get there.
Huh. How do I get out of here? Well, why doesn't he write a note for that? How do I get out of the Oh, okay. Port me out. Ready, set, fish. But I can't fish here. This is a concrete room. There's no fish in here. I don't see any fish. Where are the fish? Where are the fish? What is this? Okay, cool.
Well, this is new for Coda. It's an actual puzzle.
Oh, no.
Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
Okay, I solved it. I opened the door. Do I get a flashlight? Just gotta walk backwards. Okay, just gonna open this door. This is the obvious way to go. Never mind. Okay. Alright, Coda, I'll play your sick game. I feel I can jump. But I can't jump over that little cliff. How stupid is that? Okay, well, this... I'm smart. And then I just push the lever, and then
Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon.
Alright,
We're
don't
going to
worry.
see it a lot.
Okay, well, we'll see it a lot. I can solve it again. Anything you can do, I can do dumber. Anything you can do, dumber than you. Anything you can do, dumber.
So that seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve a puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough.
Yes.
Alright, now I'm going to modify the game again, so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
Okay, enter. Whoa, okay. Can I fall to my death? Nope, never mind.
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. In the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior, and then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world. Either way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
My role is to get out. Oh, we're back again. To this creepy little world. This guy meets Slender, I can tell.
You are now exiting.
Aha. So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the Stairs game and Puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
The bigger picture. Loading time for me. On Wednesdays, I used to bowl. Whoa, I'm on a hill. I'm in heaven now. I made it to heaven. And it's really...
Let's talk about video game development for a second. Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development. To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well.
Alright. I'm just gonna do like a free jump style.
The tools available to the creator shape...
Shut up so I can do what I want! That's fun.
To notice
Let me do it again. Oh, okay, you see that? I done did that. Alright. Oh, cool. This reminds me of a lineup. I don't like lineups. Do I get a piece of cheese at the end of this? What's that noise? It's probably nothing. Just my stomach grumbling. I want some cheese. Okay, why would you do that? That's not fair.
I don't want to play your sick game.
I'm gonna jump over it. Okay, I can't. Sorry. Ow. I might go through there.
And you took that away from me.
This prison, funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go. If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
Okay, thank you.
This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible?
Let me play.
So we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in, and nothing else.
Oh, cool.
I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
So you made it playable. This game is playable, except I can't go in there, and I want to go on that swing thing, that light swing thing, and he won't let me. It's not even fair. It's kind of cruel.
It's the puzzle again, with the exact same solution as the last time.
Alright, I'll play your game. I pulled the lever, I'm a genius.
There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
Okay, sure, that sounds good. I like interpretations. So you go down this corridor, with light through it. Why don't I have a house like this? It's because I'm poor. It's not very fair. It's such a narrative game. Oh, cool.
Hey, you there!
Coda begins using
You come from up above?
He fashioned out of the
What was up there?
capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
Okay, let me just read my options. This is gonna come very important later.
Oh, yes, there was a world stamp, too, with witnesses. Yes, there was an enormous prison. I spent hours in it. Yes, there was these floating colored blocks.
Okay. Sorry.
That's the world above. You've been up there. Now, that's important. Did you have to get through a puzzle with 2 doors and switches?
Okay, I should be like really enthusiastic, or can I be like a complete jerk?
I prefer not to tell you, for we've all just met. What? But you don't understand. We're trapped here. That puzzle is our only escape. We need to get through it.
Okay, I gotta be a jerk again. Alright. You think you want to get through, but trust me, you don't.
Oh no, but I do. We do. We need to get out of there. Do you understand? It is the most important thing in the world. We have to escape this prison. There must be an ending.
I didn't get to read the last of it. Oh. Look at these textures. Listen. Can I read that? It looks like such a nice book. just gonna make an assumption. I'm gonna go through here, and then I'm gonna get out. Tell you the truth, I wanna get out too.
Hello, how did you get here? Was there a puzzle you had to pass through?
Oh, hey, Morgan, I'm in the middle of a Let's Play. You should come and join me. Why are you leaving? He's gone. Okay, never mind. Yes, do you want to know how to solve it? No, I've been right here this entire time. I suggest you go and see the puzzle sometime. It's not meant to be solved, but you can sit in the backspace in the middle. What happens if you solve it? What would I sit back in space? Matt, who are you?
Who are you, then?
Just go hang out there in the blackness for a bit. You may not like it at first, but it'll grow on you. Okay, I'll play your blackness game. But first, I think we have to end the episode right here because it's getting really, really long, and these people are annoying me with their puzzles and making me walk backwards and slow up a staircase. So if you guys want to see the next episode, you're going to have to tune in to the next episode. But I highly doubt that since we're not getting any views on these videos at all. But who cares? I mean, I'm just having fun jumping around and stuff. Alright, with all that said, come back, tune again, watch me again if anyone actually is watching this, which I would really appreciate. Like, just make yourself known in the comment section. Just say, hey, what's up? I'm watching this. You're not wasting your life. Okay, thank you. I'd really appreciate it. Bye!